Okay guys, let's look at the full first edition of the PosterCars Hypercar League collection coming up next. All right, so if you have been watching, you'll know that we looked at two of these poster cars recently. We looked at this Zonda from Pagani as well as this Koenigsegg. I found, and these were two that I found from the Lane Motor Museum in Nashville, Tennessee. Thankfully, I was shopping around online and found the other four castings in the collection. There are 12 cars total, 2 of each color. So today we're going to look at the other 4 castings that we haven't looked at yet. I have done a little bit of prep work, got them open so we won't waste any time on that. Let's take a look at them here. What I'm going to try and do today is, if I have something comparable from another brand, just to give you an idea of the quality of this brand, and this is not a sponsored video by PosterCars by any means, then I'm going to show you what other companies are doing with similar cars. It may not be the exact same one. For example, we looked at this Zonda F on a previous video. You can see all the detail you get on the PosterCars version, including brake calipers that are motionless. They don't roll with the tires. They stay still where they should be. Heavy detail on the interior and the engine poking out through the engine cover. Here is a Zonda from Mini GT. This is a metal body metal case. It's a little metal body metal base rather. It's a little heavier than the PosterCars version because of the base, but you can see no brake calipers on this one. A lot of the similar detail and quality detail that you get on the interior. So this is just an example of how PosterCars holds up to Mini GT. Both of them have decals on the rear. You get the Pagani on the registration plate below, and very similar efforts on the back rear body panel. Both of them have individual pieces for the spoiler on the back. Similar construction. I like the paintwork on the PosterCars. All right, let's take a look. We're not going to dive into the Koenigsegg. You guys saw that on the last time. This is a Jesco or Yesco. So up first today, we're going to look at this McLaren P1. It is in volcano yellow. And like I said, I've already opened it, even taken it off the base. So I'm going to be real careful opening it. Here is the packaging you get. I'm not going to show that on the other cars. So be aware, you get an acrylic base, a little card that references the vehicle that slides here in the back, and a couple screws to hold it on the base, and a plinth which tells you what the vehicle is. So here is a P1 in volcano yellow. Absolutely smashed the paint job. Very fine metal flake yellow, just jumps off the car. Look at the side detail panel work. Look how they've got detail work even on the inside of the door here. I know small model collectors always looking for all these cavities on the casting to see if they bothered to go in and put paint, and they did on every one of them. You can see back there on the rear vent. You got matching calipers on with the paint color, staying where they should. Paintwork on the rear. Would have been impossible to get a plastic piece that shape to insert, so I'm okay with that. McLaren P1 on the registration badge. Love these very fluid panels on the rear engine cover. And look at the interior, guys. This is an outstanding job on the interior from PosterCars. Rubber tires with tread. Only thing I have close to this vehicle, I'm looking for it. Hang on one second, I'll be right back. So I've got this LCD McLaren 600 LT, and very similar. I'd say these are quite comparable. The LCD is a more expensive brand, and they give you a little bit more carbon fiber effects on the roof and rear engine cover. But overall, PosterCars for the price, holds its own very well. So up next we have got a Aston Martin Valkyrie. Be right back. Here is an Aston Martin Valkyrie. The closest thing that I think is even out there in diecast, this scale would be a Hot Wheels, and it is an Aston Martin Valhalla. What's that, Chuck, with Flying Valiant custom builds and diecast breakdown?
David, is the Aston Martin Valkyrie the same as the Valhalla?
No, actually it's not, but great question. So, the Valkyrie, as I understand it, number one, it is a 2024 vehicle, not even out yet. Maybe, I don't know. This is the research you get on Twice Diecast, which is all of 3 minutes on Google. So this is about a $3.5 million car. The Valkyrie is kind of the race version. The Valhalla is more for everyday use. So let's look at this extremely wild hypercar that may or may not be out yet. Rubber tires with tread on them, Valkyrie, true 164. Look at the underneath, all of the, I don't even know, are they canards? Are they air diffusers, air deflectors? Just an absolute wild car, almost like an open wheel racer. So you've got the suspension pieces up here on the top in fluorescent yellow. We've got, I don't know if you can see it, but there are matching racing harnesses or seat belts that match the color of the suspension pieces, which I think match these brake calipers hiding back there. All the same fluorescent yellow. We've got an Aston Martin badge on the bonnet here. Super cool. The color is called Skyfall Silver. Really cool tribute to my hero, James Bond. We've got Valkyrie on the back here. We've got a little bit of color for your rear lamps. This thing is just a, it is the definition of a hypercar. I don't know if I said it, maybe I did. About $3.5 million for these jokers. And yeah, that's a wild one. Just a gloss black roof. Not a lot of talking points on the car. Kind of speaks for itself with that profile. Up next, we have got a Lamborghini. We have got a Cyan. So let's just go right to that. We've got a, I know we've got a version of this out by Hot Wheels, but again, I just don't like comparing them. They're not the same scales. They may seem like it, but Hot Wheels doesn't do true 164, so wouldn't be a fair comparison. Let's look at this one. I remember this color scheme though on the Hot Wheels. I think this is the color of these wheels in real life. That is absolutely Lamborghini when you look at it from the side, isn't it? So this one has, it's like a champagne color, gold, yellow gold maybe, rims on this. Interior is like a chocolate brown. You've got that as your steering wheel color. You have got a Italian flag here on the rear sailplane. Got your engine poking through. Kind of a snowflake design on this glass on the back. Coming around on the rear, you've got some cool LED tail lamps painted. Lamborghini on the plate, third brake light above that. Cast-in mirrors, no reflection on the mirrors. It could have put a little bit of chrome paint on there. That would have been okay with me. Lensed headlamps, no. Since they're LEDs and they're like almost like an arrow, there are no inserts on there for those. So that is your Lamborghini Seon, Scion, whatever you want to call it. Last but not least, we have got a Bugatti, appropriate for a Hypercar League collection. And let's take a look at it. I've got one vehicle, not exactly the same, but I've got a, what is this, a JKM Jackie Kim, which is a great brand for bargain. True 164. Look at these guys side by side. Both of them have lensed headlamps. Both of them have detailed interiors. The PosterCars has multiple colors. Love the tan interior on it. Here is your side-by-side. Looks like they're both pretty accurate. Again, one is a Super Sport, one is a regular Chiron, unless the Jackie Kim just left Chiron off of the name. I don't know if there are two different versions of these. Maybe there are. Got lensed headlamps, both of them pretty good on the rear, but let's look. This has got a metal base, so it's heavier. Let's look at the PosterCars version. That's why we're here. Really well done on the red and black scheme. Got the red calipers behind the wheels here. And we do have lensed headlamps again. The Bugatti badge is nice and clear, as is the rear detail on the back. So let's get them, I guess, lined up. Maybe we can get them all in frame here. This is your Hypercar League collection from PosterCars, a new brand to the channel. I think they are a fantastic brand for the money. They are not crazy expensive, guys, and you're getting some of the coolest cars. There are 6 castings in the lineup and 2 colors each, so you got 12 cars. There they are, guys. I hope you've enjoyed getting a look at this new brand. This is David with Twice Diecast. I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you to Chuck Ellis of Flying Valiant Custom Builds and Diecast Breakdown for indulging in my nonsense. Take care, guys.